Hey guys, welcome to the 29th C programming tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to continue looking at pointers. So right here you've just got a function called func whose return type is void, and this function takes one integer parameter, and then we just set this integer parameter called I equal to 0. Alright, so let's just go up here and create an integer variable called myInt, and I'll set it equal to 5. Then we're going to go ahead and call this function called func and pass through myInt as a parameter. Then after this function is called, we're going to go ahead and print out onto the screen the value of myInt. So modulus I and then myInt. Alright, so now let's go ahead and run this, and you'd think we'd get 0 out onto the screen, but nope, we get 5. And let me go ahead and explain exactly why that is. So right here, what it's doing is it's creating an integer variable called myInt and setting it equal to 5. Then it's calling this function called func and passing through myInt as a parameter. So basically, when this code is executed, it comes down here and sets this integer variable called I equal to whatever value is stored in myInt. So it just sets I equal to 5, and then it sets I equal to 0 right here. So it never actually changes the value of myInt, it only changes the value of I right here. So then when we go ahead and print out the value of myInt onto the screen, it's still 5. Now let's say that we actually wanted to change the value of a variable inside of a function. So let's say that we wanted to pass through myInt right here and we wanted it to change the value of it. Well, what we'd have to do is we'd have to pass through the address of myInt and change these parameters down here to pointers. So let's just go ahead and do that and see what happens. So if I change this to a pointer, this to a pointer, and we pass through the address of myInt instead of just myInt, and then we dereference I right here, and run this, we should get 0 onto the screen. Yep, perfect. Alright, now let me explain why this works right here. So first, it just creates an integer variable called myInt and sets it equal to 5. So myInt is stored right here as 5. Alright, so it's just stored in this unit of memory right here. Alright, then what it does is it calls this function called func and passes through the address of myInt. So now it's setting this integer pointer called I equal to the address of myInt. So let's just say the address of myInt is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright? And then we'll say that I is stored over here in this unit of memory. So let's just go ahead and blow up this unit of memory right here and see what it looks like. So I is stored in this unit of memory, and this unit of memory holds the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or the address of myInt. So then what it does down here is it dereferences I, so it goes to the address stored in this unit of memory right here. So it goes to the address 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes over here, and then what it does, sets the value at that address equal to 0. So it goes to the address 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, and then it just sets this equal to 0. So now it actually does change the value of myInt. So if we run this, we get 0. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this tutorial. So see you guys.